Previously on Star Wars: Darkest Dawn. As the team awaits further orders on Elrud, they are informed that someone new would be joining them for the next leg of their journey. Ed Dross, a black market doctor who served with the Galactic Empire until he was framed by his commanding officer and forced to go into hiding. In a private meeting with the rest of the team, Drekkar has a heart-to-heart with the other members, seeking to find some common ground. It is then discovered that most of the team has their own reasons for hiding in the shadows, outside of Imperial view. Once their secrets were shared with one another, Lord Torrenar called for Drekkar to inform him that they would be making a run in a new vessel to the salvage planet of Bracca. This was to help them lay low for a while, as it was obvious that someone, somewhere, had been watching for the Blue Saber, and Lord Torrenar did not want to take the chance that another bounty hunter would catch up to them.
Perfect. new stuff.
My newest country on my bucket list is Korea. I want to go to
Bring us some Swiss cheese.
That'd be cool. From Korea.
Korean Swiss cheese.
Oh no, because he said he was going to Swiss.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No.
I wonder if they have Swiss cheese in Switzerland.
Well, I'll let you know.
Or is it like French toast? Not actually French.
Well, we can keep on pondering those, or we can get the game. So
I
guess
mean,
we're getting the
whichever.
game. Yeah. Brittany is up for either, I guess.
I didn't realize we gave thumbs up.
You didn't see the others give thumbs up?
No, I was looking
Gotcha.
at something on Spotify.
So, that being said, we've already got our game recap. I got that completed. Just messed up one of the names by mistake. So, began with a D at least.
Yeah.
A DR.
Hey, Dale.
Dwayne.
Dude.
But where we left off, everybody is still on Pelagon at this point. Nobody has taken flight in the new ship we just introduced, the new light freighter that Drade was going to be piloting.
Okay. So after having talked to everybody about like the job that we're going to be going on soon. By the way, did he give us a like an actual amount of time of like when we need to leave, or just ASAP, or
ASAP?
Okay.
Basically, all you have to, basically all you have to do is go there and let them load the ship up with the cargo that has already been purchased.
Right.
Poke around if you want while they're doing that, and head back.
Okay.
It should presumably be that easy.
Right.
I love it when the game master says that. It should be easy, right? Go ahead and try that.
Right. So he'll so Drade will gather everybody, and from the 10,000 we had gotten previously, he doles it out in the following way. 2,000 credits is going to go to Montan, 2,000 to Ashi. Find their names. Let's see, 1,500 to Owen, 2,500 to Nasara, and then he's going to have 500 out of his own share actually go to Dr. Dross, which means that the remaining 1,500 goes to Drade.
So you're giving me 1,500?
Yeah. And so after he doles that out, he's going to be like, you may have noticed this slight 500 credit discrepancy between Owen and Nasara. Oh, and I'll let you take a guess as to why I might have docked you that amount and given it to her specifically. Would you want to maybe take a guess why that was? No? Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and explain. Yeah, so at the very beginning, even though I wasn't in charge of the team, it was still my ship that we were using, and I was the pilot, and I let everybody know they had to do one thing before we went out. And that one thing was, if you have a blaster and you can change its setting, that you change it to stun. And you don't change it away from there unless the leader gives you a really good reason to do that, because we don't need to go around murdering people. That's not what we're here for. And we don't need to accidentally hit each other if that situation arises. Granted, we have a doctor now, but Dr. Dross, I'm sure he's going to have plenty of work ahead of him. Not to,
Yeah.
be a doc, but
Yeah.
Nasara looks confused.
so I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to be checking everyone's blasters before we get on the Amber Gauntlet, just to make absolutely sure everybody gets it. And in the future, let's just make sure that we're not doing something that brutal. Okay, if we need to use that much force, I think it'll be obvious. But in the meantime, I've found in my line of work, stunning tends to work pretty well. Any questions there?
No.
Where's the stun setting?
Right. Here. And walks over and shows you and boop, makes sure it's on stun.
I need a smarter gun.
You just
All
see
right.
him
All right. Well, before we head out, I think we need to make sure of just a few things. Like each one of us, because of what we've gone through before, it was crucial that I had a supply of med packs. I only had one on me, but fortunately, when Alatek was with us, he had the rest. And if he didn't have that, that would have been problematic. So I'm thinking everyone, even though you're not a doctor necessarily, everyone needs to be carrying at least one, if not two med packs at all times, especially when we're off the ship. So let's see if we can get those before we take off. If anybody needs extra money for that, let the rest of us know and we'll try to get that taken care of. Doc, is there anything that you need in particular before we take off, or do you want to look at what's on the... we've seen what's on the Amber Gauntlet. Did you need any other stuff?
Well, it depends. Are we planning on doing a little impromptu facial reconstruction?
That'd probably be good if you're able to do that, if you have enough materials. Whoever we can do. The two that we really need to make sure are incognito right now are Nasara and Owen. So what do you think you can do?
Nasara is, I believe, keeping her in her current the peachy flesh tone.
Okay.
That would be enough as long as we keep her, probably her face with a mask, just a small medical mask, or even a pair of goggles, something to throw off immediate recognition.
Right. Okay.
Although I'm not a droid, so I'm not usually the one, breaking down the scans. Him, however, pointing to Owen, that's we're gonna. How do you feel about weight gain, son?
After all these years, I'm surprised I haven't gained any.
The facial reconstruction shouldn't be any problem as long as, it should not be a problem. It's minor changes, enough to throw off, raise the cheekbones a bit, maybe even add a dimple onto the chin. Couple of things, enough just to throw off so he's not completely the same. Can't do anything about the eye color, but contact lenses, I believe, can usually fix that.
Sure. Okay.
But it can be done. I mean, if we have time, I could do it now.
Oh, and it's your life that's on the line, but at the same time, you're on this crew, and so it's all of our lives. It'd be really great if you're okay with the surgery. Can we count on you for it?
I'm on one of the top of the Imperial Most Wanted list, so yes.
Awesome. Then let's go ahead and get that done before we take off. That way, there's nothing we have to deal with en route. Anything anybody else need to do before we head to the ship?
Do we want to try to figure out where the leak is?
We do. We don't have a ton to go on right now. We know the Massetti seem to be the ones that are behind helping out the bounty hunters with their stuff, but how are we going to identify who that mole is, that they're from the city? Not like they're going to be wearing their emblem on their shoulder or something.
I've met the Massetti before on holidays when the whole planet gets, or the whole system gets together, and there are some formal events, and they are a piece of work. But other than going to them, which could be more of a infiltration kind of a mission, I'm not sure how else we would access their house.
Right. Okay.
Well,
Maybe we can put that one on hold and do some recon as to the best way to go about doing that.
okay, I was thinking more Tornar's house.
Oh, you
Well-
think someone in his house is passing information to the Massetti?
Someone or something. I don't think they're
Hmm.
sitting in their living rooms getting giving information on us. Somebody close has to know it.
That is alarming, to be sure.
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
No.
I suspect droids. That's what I do. I told you guys, I subverted droids against their owners previously.
That's right.
I don't know that much about droids, so I would
Probably
have
wouldn't
to
be a bad idea to
defer to you on that one.
throw a suggestion to Lord Tornar when you get the chance about having his communications checked.
Yeah, maybe that's definitely something that should
Because
be brought up.
if they're bugged, it would make sense of how the Masseis are getting the information.
Speaking of which, Nasara, Owen, you need new names for yourselves. So think
Oh.
of that. Because we can't go around using
Okay.
your original names and blowing your cover, of course.
Of course, of course. Shoot, that was something Brittany was going to work on this week. I forgot.
Owen has a new name. We just haven't been able to plant it in the Imperial systems yet.
Yeah.
Soon.
Jerry, I'd like to shop for a helmet a la Leia at the beginning of Return of the Jedi. I want something just to cover my face. Because short of shaving it,
So you're talking about like the Endor soft helmet that had just a little bit of a ridge and.
No,
Oh.
he's looking at the bounty hunter one.
Oh, okay.
The
well, I mean, it doesn't have to be
Full
that
faced.
one, but I want a functional
Something
helmet
like that. Yeah. Okay.
I can use. It'll cover my head.
Sure. You can go into town to get that.
Yeah, I want to do that before we leave. Drade, if we could also see about getting my little what is it called? My little vehicle. My
Your
skiff.
skiff.
See if we can take it with us. We are going to a salvage planet, so it'd be helpful if we could, have something that'll truck the stuff back and forth.
Right. Okay. Yeah, we can work on that.
If you're going to do something like that, if you're dealing with cargo, you're going to want just like a repulsor lift platform.
Isn't that what I have?
No. Think for repulsor lift platforms, think something with repulsor lift that you would find at Home Depot.
It's basically a pallet jack.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just throw stuff on it, or you place large items on it, and you push it along as it hovers, much like a basket or something.
Yeah, I thought I basically had that, but with a pilot seat.
Oh, no.
The
No,
skiff, it only transports like people, essentially.
I took so long. I went to CVS and they didn't have it, so I just didn't went.
Okay.
But you can always go to CVS, apparently, Mike.
Okay.
Sweet.
I forgot to mute. Sorry.
It's okay.
Those receipts are going to deforest Kashyyyk.
I know, right? You just come walking back and you're like, well, we restocked the ship, and you just have like a group of Wookiees off the side just shaking their head.
One of them sheds a tear. Well, all right. Yeah, I mean, if we had some sort of platform, if we're going to be getting a lot of materials, which hopefully we can do. We've only got 2 hours slated for after we land to do that. We're not supposed to be just kind of hanging out like what we did before. But yeah, as long as we can come up with like a list of things to get and get that stuff, and if there's anything we can use to make that easier here and take that with, that'd be great. So I'll help out with making sure that we got your skiff in case we need that for transport. We'll get some sort of repulsor lift flatbed, something that can carry some cargo. Make sure that each of us has 2 med packs. Doc, make sure you got all the supplies you need, and let us know when you're done with Owen's procedure. And yeah, everyone meet back here as soon as you're done. Does everyone have everyone else's like contact information?
Yeah, I think I have everyone's.
All right. All right. Then everyone call in once you're done doing what you're doing, and just start heading to the Amber Gauntlet. Once we're all there, we'll take off. Any questions?
I'll be doing the surgery on the Amber Gauntlet since it does have a med bay. So
That
Work.
works.
So, Mike, if you're running through town to go get a blast, like just a simple blast helmet, 200 credits.
Okay.
Ashi's going to go with him because she wants to get another pair of clothes, extra set.
Sure, that's fine.
So how many credits?
For an extra set, I mean, are you trying to go rich? Or are you trying to go just
No,
work
mediocre,
clothes?
like in the middle. Yeah,
Because
not
if you're
rich,
just
not poor.
so if you're just trying to get like a jumpsuit and undershirt or something, then I'd say like 15 credits. I mean,
Okay, it's just something comfortable
sure.
that she can still fight in. Okay.
What do you guys think of Geely Green?
It's
that weird?
different.
Geely
Is
Green,
it different
huh?
enough?
It sounds like a stripper's name. No.
I mean, Twi'lek, you know, I'll stop talking.
That's true. They do those,
I mean-
those dances.
Nasara has always been very avoidant of that stereotype because of past history. But I don't know, maybe she should lean in. Although
I just found the
that's more that
na-
would be more skin to paint, so
I just found the
Uh,
the ID I made up when we were discussing that at one point. It took me a while.
Hmm.
It was a Dorn or Null, I think that's how
Mhm.
it's pronounced.
Mhm.
And I went with Corellia.
Okay. Brittany, there's always AN Tuna.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
That is
I
on
don't know
your
what that
list.
means.
No, it's on your list.
I don't.
And Tuna.
I'm gonna veto that one.
Okay.
That's a hard pass.
And then of course Nasara came up on your generator, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
So everybody is taking some time, presumably, to do a little bit of shopping for some equipment or whatever it is you're needing. You can, if you have something in mind, go ahead and look it up in the book. Make some expenditures, provided, of course, it's within reason. Like you're not going to be able to get like military gear or whatnot. It's like, oh, I'll just pull that, heavy repeating blaster off the shelf. That'll work.
Oh yeah. Ashi will ask also if anybody wants her to pick up extra medical supplies, I guess, for them as well.
I mean, after
While
that
she's out?
talk about the med pack,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that's a yes.
So she'll get 2 for each member, and you guys could just pair back.
Sweet.
I've already got 2, so I think I'm good.
Well, now you have 4.
I mean, okay. I guess I have 4
Okay.
now. How
I mean,
much
you
do
got
I owe
shot
you?
last time, so.
Yeah.
Did I?
Oh, you were unconscious at the time,
I
weren't you?
wasn't there for that part.
Hmm.
Suspicious.
I don't know where that bullet came from. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. That's weird.
Fell from the sky, huh?
I think the tree did it.
Oh, maybe.
But is that everything you guys are doing? Go ahead and make your expenditures so we can get going.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saving my money until after we visit the salvage planet.
Sure. That's fine.
Smart.
Just make sure everybody puts down 2 med. Make sure
Are
everybody
we-
writes down their med techs or kits.
Are we able to get the skiff onto the Amber Gauntlet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Cool.
This particular vessel, even though it classifies as a light freighter, it actually has more cargo space than your ship because if you look at the picture,
Yeah.
it has that. I keep wanting to say in a cell, but that really isn't the case. But like that one cargo hold on the one side, but this one actually has one on both.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So double the cargo space. And in a pinch, if you really wanted to shove it into some of the other open spaces, you could.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Nice. Let's see. Would it make more sense to get that pallet jack repulsor lift thing here, or just at the salvage planet? If we got it here, it would save us time on the planet.
Well, if you got
They
it
may
here,
even
then
charge
it's
you more.
yours.
Yeah, that too. How much would that cost then? He's going to look to buy one of those.
I would. I mean, it's useful, but then again, it's got just one use. So I would say maybe just 100 credits.
Okay. Yep. Get one of those. Put that on the ship as well.
And that's going to be enough to weight wise. We'll go American with this. It's enough to carry 2 full refrigerators.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, on the salvage planet, they may charge you extra just for, being salvage.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they did point out that it is a guild planet. So
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Galactic Aldi. You got to put in your quarter.
Right. Like,
you're charging me for bags too? Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well then, if that's the case, everybody takes flight off into the wild blue yonder to make it to the space station. To then, because you're taking a shuttle basically upwards and then onto the Amber Gauntlet. Which those of you who don't have the visual, I believe it's been posted in the chat. It is. Did I put it in notes or I think I put it in discussion? Pretty sure. Anyways, or maybe I didn't. But it was an XS light freighter. Maybe I put it in the Facebook chat. But let me go ahead and get the copy of the picture here real quick. Push that into discussion. That's what the inside of it looks like. XS light freighter. There we go. That's the picture I was looking for. Grab that. Post that also in the Discord chat. There you go.
Nice.
So you've got you know what the ship looks like.
Cool.
So, as everybody takes off and you make your jump, I'm not going to make you guys roll for it. Off and away you go. On to Bracca. So, Anthony, did you make your med roll to do the thing?
I think I did. Total of 16.
Okay, and grab a sheet. Oh, 16 puts us at difficult. Nice. Okay. So you're taking your time. You're not super rushed. You've got a med bay. You've got a good amount of supplies to start making your corrections and to put in prosthetics on the inside of the skin to fill it out or whatever have you. To doctor it up, to coin a term.
It's like the first episode of Nip Tuck.
Let's see. Oh, but you rolled a 1 to start, didn't you? Yes, you did.
Oh, no.
Shoot.
Yes. Fun.
Can I use that reroll?
No.
You can if you want.
I'm going to because it's his face.
Yeah.
It was his face.
Yep. All of a sudden, you guys hit space turbulence, and he comes out looking like Jigsaw.
I mean, they wouldn't recognize him.
Well, it's a couple less, but it's not a 1.
But it's not a 1. Okay, so at a 12, that puts us at moderate. Okay, that's not terrible. All right. So this is the first time you've done this in a while. Usually you're just patching people up, the quick and easy. That's what most people want. This is not outside of your realm of being able to do. But yeah.
It doesn't look like what's in my mind is not reflective on his face, but is his face different?
His face is different, yes. You'll know more when the healing sets in and he's not quite so puffy.
When the swelling goes down.
Yeah.
And I'll probably dye his hair an opposite color, like blonde or redhead.
Okay. Those are very different. Which one are you going to give him?
I'm going to go with that light red or light brown, light red, so that way there's at least a transition.
Okay.
Yeah, won't bleach him completely.
All right. So, Owen, when you finally wake up, you're in some pain. You've got meds in you. It's keeping it down, but it feels like, somebody has smacked you in the face a couple times and you've taken one too many punches, and it's tender, like all around the front and along your chin and whatnot. And your head has a damp feeling about it, but by the time you wake up, it's not dripping. It's just moist.
Okay. I don't know how to respond to after the
It's
moist.
that word.
I don't know how to respond to it after that. So.
Do yourself a favor. Don't touch your face or your hair. Just relax.
So, are you going to just lay in the med bay then, Colin, and not take the doctor's orders?
I'd rather follow the person who hopefully knew what they were doing.
Okay.
I had a book. It was fine.
If this did,
On YouTube.
if I looked like a horror of nature, I know where you sleep.
Well, if you look at
Anthony,
yourself
you just
now-
got a reroll from Davey, so make sure to notate that down.
Yay, Davey.
Sweet.
So,
If it makes you feel better, Owen, on my planet you look like a horror of nature already. So
Oh. Makes sense, but
he's not a cat.
Yeah,
Look at
'cause I
this
don't
one
look like-
pain
Good
fur.
night, Davey. But the trip-wise, nothing else out of the ordinary happens. It's
Bandits
pretty
in hyperspace.
it's pretty straightforward. When you drop down out of hyperspace, eventually, of course, you get an immediate download into the astrogation system, letting you know kind of what to expect from the planet. It has a breathable atmosphere. However, those with like allergies, it could be low-grade toxic. So, wear face mask if necessary, not required.
Sweet.
Maintained by the Scrappers Guild. And of course, you can land pretty much anywhere, but they do have a main location where most customers who are seeking to do business on the planet can drop down planet side and start talking to some reps. And those landing coordinates are actually available.
Okay. Yeah. So then, Drade will go ahead and punch in those coordinates and make it known to any ground control that he's on approach to land at that spot, identifying as the Amber Gauntlet.
Colin, you got to
And,
mute yourself.
Sorry.
And we'll go ahead and make that landing.
Okay. So upon approach, as you start dropping down from space into Bracca, Bracca is a poor mid-rim world dominated by rocky plains. Large swaths of the planet's surface are comprised of junkyards, with countless decommissioned starships and other machinery spread haphazardly, awaiting destruction. So for those of you who have been to Korad, it's very similar, with the exception of the fact that Korad isn't nearly as rocky of terrain. So as you touch down on a landing area, it's not really a landing pad per se. It's just space cleared out with some light beacons in case people are coming in at night. You do end up seeing that they have some houses here where it looks like the workers probably go to stay. Like it's a full-time operation here. And then, of course, there's a warning sign put up in Arbish, which sits right outside the platform where the ships can touch down at. Most of the people walking back and forth completely ignore it. They're already used to it. But the warning indicates that there is a
unbreaded.
Yes, it is. It's a warning to let you know that it is very unbreaded.
You said touchdown. What was I supposed to do?
There you go. Yep. Sorry, I forgot about that. Touchdown on paper, unbreaded. There is a creature on the planet called the Ibdis Maw. Sorry. It is a large. It doesn't give a whole lot of a description, but it does say that it is a large, potentially planet-wide creature of some form or sections of it. You are warned to stay away from watery surfaces, as well as staying within the confines of the Scrapper Guild sector. Going out beyond that, basically, it's your risk.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So landing there, does it seem like there's anyone to communicate with, like on the ground, to get this cargo we're supposed to obtain?
Yeah, all you have to do is, you're just gonna have to go talk to a representative is all.
Okay.
This is pretty much this particular section, even though they don't really show it in the series. Shoot. Hang on a second. Yeah, here we go. If you've ever seen the town of La Ricanata in the Peruvian Andes, it has a very similar feel.
Oh yes, I'm quite familiar with
Oh.
this small town in the Andes.
It was on the test last week, Britt. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Dang it.
Right. Oh, okay, gotcha. It's like, oh yeah, like right next to big mountains and valleys and stuff. Okay.
Pretty much. But in this particular case, instead of like the snow, there's wreckages of ships and operations where they're doing salvage and whatnot. So it is kind of a feel. It has the feeling of the last planet you guys were just at. But it's nowhere near as organized as Ferrix. Ferrix had certain parts, like as you would fly over it, like they actually had some crops that people were growing, right? And then other areas that were straight up salvage yards and whatnot. This looks a lot more like Korad in that decommissioned ships and vehicles and whatnot, they're just dumped. And then
Right.
the salvage guild, runs around scurrying about trying to pick up whatever they can for resale purposes.
Gotcha.
Gary, I want to plug in T4 to the scanners and just have him scan as we fly over for any ships that are in the same class, small freighters like the Blue Saber.
So you're looking for Gurtok freighters?
I'm looking for freighters essentially.
So
of roughly the
anything
same class.
that matches up with a freighter. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Hold on a second. I need to pull up the stats for the ship at this point.
Just so that we have a like, hey, there's like 3 freighters over here. Let's go over here and look for parts.
Right.
Gotcha.
So you're looking to go elsewhere, or where the freighters might actually be?
I don't know. But I don't know what's available where we land. But if we do need to go traveling from our ship to, go try and salvage something, I want to find an area where we might have good findings.
Okay.
I don't know if we need to travel or not.
Go ahead and roll 3D plus 1 as you're activating the sensors for a regular scan.
Eight.
8 total?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, it's pinging.
Not right.
There are some craft coming in and out, but given the potential distortion in the area from like the larger vessels that are salvageable here, we're talking capital scale ships at certain points. It's not picking up much outside of what's nearby you immediately in the immediacy.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's a dirt road where you guys are at. You're leading up to the pad and whatnot. You can see that, one shift change has just recently taken place. So there's people going over to grab something to eat or their time to relax. And all of them just look dirty as all get out, with the oil and heavy duty gloves and overalls and whatnot. So, but, I mean, there are some stalls you can go and find, the office that you might lead you to where you need to go, or you can just start talking to people.
All right. So then before getting off the ship, Drade's like, all right, everybody, we're not going to be here for that long. I know we are just flying for a few days, but it's going to be a short arrangement here, a little over 2 hours. I'm thinking, Owen, Nasara, you might want to stay on the ship unless we need you to come out there. That way there's more time that you've been laying low. Not as many people have seen you. I know you've gotten changed already, but I'll leave that to both of you. But we're going to need some people to go do some shopping while I need to go and make sure that we get the gear and whatnot loaded onto the ship. So who wants to go shopping? Montan?
I want to
Yeah,
go.
that's what I thought. Who wants to go with Montan? Ashi? All right, anybody else?
I'm fine to stay with the ship
Okay.
if that's more prudent.
How about you, Owen?
check my blaster. Commander, sir.
I'll stay with the ship.
All right. Hey, and Doc, you want to hang out here and keep familiarizing yourself with the med bay, or want to stretch your legs?
I'm going to keep an eye on his face, and also, it's a scavenger planet. I may step outside the ship occasionally just to make sure we're not being shucked down.
Fair enough. All right. I'm going to be relatively nearby, but just making arrangements. Montan, Ashi, if anything weird happens at all, you let the rest of us know on comms. If you find that you are under fire, retreat back to the ship. Don't try to make your brave stand there by yourselves. Come on back so that we're all together. I don't foresee that happening, but you never know. All right. We all set?
Team.
Set.
Roger,
All right.
Roger.
Let's go.
Oh, I hate those guys. None of those. They're worthless. They fall apart.
So then Drade heads out to go start getting the things onto the ship with whoever he needs to talk to.
Okay. So you walk in, there's a platform area, or landing area, I should say. And then immediately right off to your right is a couple rows of homes that are kind of stacked on top of one another, with like walkways that go up and break up like in between. That's why I was kind of pointing to that Peruvian city, set up kind of the same way.
Okay.
Everything here looks run down. It's not, nothing here is decorated to look glamorous at all. No one cares. You know, if you are here, it's because you're working hard day and night, and trying to earn, you know, as much credits as you can, because it's dangerous work. So taking time to paint a house or make an establishment look fancy is just utterly pointless.
Right.
But, and then the walkway that you guys come down, big enough for 2 speeders side by side to come down. So it could have some traffic, but for the most part, it's just foot traffic. Going down, and then it kind of opens up again into a little square where it looks like shuttles come down to pick people up or drop people off. There's an office off to the side where it looks like maybe people might go for HR or leadership positions or sales. And then catty corner to that, you've got, an equipment area for sales where they sell equipment to the people here if they need replacements, as well as another eatery.
Let's see here. Okay. Then does it look like the HR like sales department place? Does it look like they would be the ones who'd be handling like moving things to and from the landing area? Okay.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So they'll head there first.
Okay. So you walk inside. Still, again, the smell that permeates the planet kind of follows you in here, but not quite as stale and noticeable. Freshers on the inside here kind of help keep that air cycling to a bit. There is a front desk. Then, of course, there's a door that says, employees only. It's a little bit of a lobby area with a couple chairs in case anybody needs to sit and, wait for anybody. There's obviously 2 monitors that kind of cycle through some basic commercials that they have for the Scrappers Guild here, kind of hyping up services that they provide. Okay. Some lady kind of looks at you from behind the desk. Her hair is a bit of a mess. It's still pulled back in a ponytail, but it's not fancy by any means. She probably could have showered a day or 2 ago, but so it's still a little kind of greasy looking. She's just chomping down on what appears to be gum of some kind and looking at you as you walk in. Yeah?
Hi there, miss. He walks over and kind of leans against the... She's like behind a counter or something, I take it? Okay. Yeah, so he leans against the counter and he's like, Just got planet side and looking to pick up cargo with the Amber Gauntlet. Do you have anything on the logs that says who I can meet?
Let me see here. Amber Gauntlet. She kind of types and starts like scrolling through. She says, "Yeah, we got delivery here for you. Looks like you're about an hour late."
Yeah, apologize. New ship, it's anyway. I'm sure you've heard it all before.
She's checked out at that point as you start kind of talking, and she just looks at the screen and she says, "Okay, we found what platform you're at. We're gonna have some people come down here. Just know that there's a tax for being late. Got to keep things by the book here."
Oh, how much is that going to cost me?
She kind of turns and she looks. She says, "Looks like that's 1,000 credits."
Boy, 1,000, huh? Any way to get that lowered? That's hard to take. I got minor margins going on.
So, let's go with persuasion.
Okay.
Am I there? Come on.
I'm presuming all of you are there. That left the ship, I should say.
If it looks like all the stuff is like in the same area, I guess that would make sense. I'll go ahead and do this. 12.
So 12 puts you at moderate.
Mhm.
So she kind of looks and she says, "Yeah, we all kind of have to earn our living here, sweetheart. You shortchange me, you shortchange me here at the desk. They'll shortchange me and take it out of my paycheck."
Right. Fair. I understand. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to handle that. I can do that. Do I just pay that here, or is there a droid I got to deposit
sure.
this in? All right. So he goes ahead and provides the 1,000 credits for the tax.
Okay, so just you hear a little cha-ching sound as transaction went through, and she says, "Okay, we've got the delivery being made way to your ship right now. Just make sure that if you got anybody on board, they put the cargo hold down for access ramp so we can get this in lickety split. Don't want any more delays now, do we?"
No, we don't. Thanks for that. Appreciate it.
Make sure
All
you
right.
read the sign that stands out in front of the docking port. We're not responsible should you go outside Scrapper Guild territory.
Understood.
Enjoy your time on Bracca, sir.
You got it. He goes ahead and turns and walks away with the group. Like, okay.
Mr. Wazowski.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was picturing. He gets on his comms and he goes, "Okay, so we may actually be an hour late, so we're gonna dial back the amount of time that we have to an hour rather than 2, just to make sure we don't overshoot our stay. And those of you on the ship, if you can make sure to lower the cargo bay doors and make sure they can get all the cargo in there, they should know which ship it is."
All right, doing so. I got it.
All right.
Oh, and then she flags you down. She says, "Oh, 1 second, sir."
Yeah. Yes.
So she pulls up like a. It looks like a bounty puck, but it's not a bounty puck. But it's an identification key sort of thing, like a key fob. She sets that down. She says, "You're gonna need your other transport that's landing to follow these coordinates. I don't think they can fit that ship on that tiny little light freighter you got out there."
Ah. He walks over, picks it up. The whole ship, hey? It's on its way here?
She says, "No, not quite, sir.
Oh.
That says here that you've got another transport coming in, picking up some decommissioned vessel."
Interesting. What's the name of this ship coming in? Do you know?
She looks at it and she says, "It's unidentified. It doesn't have one, sir."
Got it.
That tends to happen with ships that are pre-Republic era.
Got it. Okay.
She kind of looks at you as you're acting a little unsure. She says, "Are you sure you're with the Horval Consortium?"
I am. It's just been a long trip in hyperspace. You know how it is sometimes.
All right. Let's go persuasion again. Go gadget Drade.
Yeah. 18.
Yay.
All right. So she kind of shrugs. She says, sure, whatever. Have a nice day, sir.
Makes sure to take the fob and heads out.
Okay.
Okay. So then with that, he's going to take the fob and head back to the ship to make sure that he doesn't lose his fob.
Okay.
She said there's another ship coming to pick up a vessel?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that's all about, unless that's supposed to be the Blue Saber being sent to us here. That might be the case, but Exile didn't let me know of that.
Will we decommission your ship?
Well, technically, it's I guess not really the Blue Saber anymore. If you catch my drift, it's going to have some different codes, so we got to keep that on the down low. You know, it's because that's the ship we were piloting.
Hey Jerry, what was the name of the consortium? I didn't capture it.
Horval Consortium.
Okay. All right. Well, since we only have an hour, I guess we're not going to go anywhere. We're just going to see what they have here.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Okay. Well,
do you need anything, Braid, for your new ship?
You know, whatever we can get. I'm thinking if you can find a droid socket. I know we were looking for that earlier. Anything that could serve as medbay equipment in the Saber, because it seems to be pretty nice in the Amber Gauntlet right now. And if you could find like a better, faster hyperdrive, I know unlikely. The one I've got is standard, but if you happen upon one, that'd be great. And the only other thing I can think of really is it'd be nice if we could find ourselves an ion cannon, because that's a nice way to disable some of the larger ships without having to go toe-to-toe with them for a long time.
Sure, I'll just toss them in this cart here.
I mean, you asked. I'm just letting you know whatever you can find. But you know, I'm going to trust your judgment. You've been on the ship. You know what it could need.
All right, Ashi, let's go. Let's go shopping.
Okay. Well, there is a very bland-looking storefront that has several touchscreen panels available that you can use to scroll through it. There's a guy standing in there behind a counter. Doesn't look like he does much of anything except for answers questions, potentially about like what are you looking for, you know, help somebody find it. But if you already know what you're looking for, that's what all the screens are there available to you.
I take one screen, you take the other.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't think we can afford a droid socket. I mean, I can talk them down a bit, but 10K is pricey. Of course, I guess that's new.
What's that saying? You don't know unless you ask.
All right. Well, I mean,
Well,
Jerry, we're looking for all the stuff that we just listed. Plus,
keep
plus
in
droid
mind.
stuff.
Keep in mind, you guys actually already got one for the Blue Saber.
Oh, we did. Okay.
Yeah.
An ion. What the droid thing?
The droid socket, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yay! Let's get rid of that.
Okay, so we just need an ion cannon and yeah, sure.
So looking for an ion cannon or potentially hyperdrive systems. I can tell you that's all available. Like when you guys start scrolling through it, the list of crap that is available from this place is staggering.
Whoa.
All of it, of course, is recyclable. You know, it's had to be reused and repurposed because these are all from like crashed vehicles and things that the decommissioned ships and whatnot.
So which one do you want to look at first?
I guess let's look at the hyperdrive. Well, let's look at the ion cannon first.
Yeah.
I don't mind spending an extra day on the trip if we can defend ourselves.
This is true.
You'll be able to word search this one. No, doggone it. This is not text, it's all images from PDF.
Okay, well there's a heavy ion cannon.
There we go.
With 4D fire control for 3K. That's the on the chart. That's the top level. Medium's half the price, half the D, and then there's.
Oh, are you looking it up in the main book?
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to look it up in another one.
With this character, I've gotten used to shopping out of the main book, so I'm like clipping coupons over here.
I have a double coupon for that.
I got my membership card for that.
10% off hyperdrives, please. It's not expired.
Membership rebates.
There you go.
I'm sorry, do you price match?
Listen, these heavy turrets are like half as expensive across the street. You have to believe me.
Right.
What do you mean you won't go any further? I would like to speak to your manager.
But yes, they do have ion cannons. What page is that on again?
Oh shoot, I just left it. So there's a chart on 450.
On 450, okay.
And hyperdrives are on the same page.
Yeah, I had those pulled up in something else.
So like how much money do we have to spend? That's the question.
Good question. Collectively, how much do you guys have?
I got 800.
We'll use his.
The doc's going to pay for the hyperdrive.
I've got like 3,000.
Same.
Yeah, I got two.
Yeah, 2,920 here.
Don't we have a stick from like a credit card from what's his face?
Oh, from Tycho. I doubt he let us use his funds.
Left his credit card behind.
Right.
Charge it to the House of Tycho.
Right.
Yeah, so what you're looking at here for the ion cannons, I need to take a look at the descriptions real quick, make sure that, or do they have it? Sometimes they do, they do not. Okay. I guess that's not an issue. Oh, I see where they're noting it. Okay, good. Because some of these weapons are illegal, and you wouldn't be able to get them directly from the guild. Ion cannons, however, are not that case. So, you can get... Here we go. Okay, so you can get the lowest ion cannon for 150 off, so that would make it 850.
Okay.
Medium ion cannon. Oops. So that would be. Oops. 5. That would be 1275. And the heavy ion cannon is 3K. Okay, so boom for 2,550.
Okay, Montang, talk him down.
Okay, well, I got to finish filling my cart first. What is the current hyperdrive we have on the Saber?
On the Saber, you have what, a ×2?
It's ×2, yeah, it's standard.
And better is lower?
Yes.
Yeah, because when you multiply, you're multiplying the amount of time it takes to get places.
So a ×1 is 15K. I don't think we're getting that today. Let's see what we've got. Looking for med-based stuff. Oh, that's the wrong direction. These are whole ships. I think I might have to look at another book.
Yeah, some of that we'd have to spitball because, like, med bay equipment, like as a package, I don't think they really have that listed anywhere, which would be nice if they did.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know some of these supplemental books we have PDFs for have stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just, Montan doesn't heal people. I don't know where it is.
Right. I feel you.
Should probably ask the medic. He probably should know. Slacker.
Yeah.
Medicine. Here we go, page 38. Hang on.
Which one are you looking at?
Galadinium's Fantastic Technology.
Oh, okay. Let me pull that one up real fast.
Anti-shock blanket, field cauterizer, medical backpack, med diagnostic scanner, protein replicator, portable survival pod, Replar splint, med unit. What is a med unit? A computerized medical cot and first aid unit.
Nice.
How much is that running about?
3K.
I got a goal then for you all.
A self-contained device provides medical care when a med pack is insufficient and a medical droid or surgeon is unavailable. I mean, we have a surgeon. Look at the beautiful job he did on Owen.
Well, we haven't seen it yet. You have to wait for the reveal.
Look at that chin. It's so powerful.
I'm a little after an ancient Earth actor, Kirk Douglas.
We'll have to license the cliff as a lethal weapon.
Let's see, what does it give us? There's no stats on it, so it's just a thing to have.
If it's like a medical droid, it's like 4D on the roll.
Well, it says if it interfaces with a medical droid, it gives the droid plus 2D to first aid and plus 1D to medicine.
Oh, nice.
It's like a 60 then on that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
So, had we not just gotten a doctor, it would be a save your butt, little coffin thing. Pressure bandage, plaster cast. Okay, that's the whole medical section. The diagnostic scanner is 75. Easy provides overall physical condition, moderate first aid roll required to scan for specific ailments. Device will not make recommendations for treatment, but will identify current physical abnormalities and suggest probable causes.
How much does that run about?
75. Like, this is personal stuff. This is
The one you guys might want to put this down on a wish list. Plasma protein replicator. This device uses proteins derived from local organic materials to synthesize stabilizing plasma serums in emergency situations. While not intended as a long-term substitute for a particular blood type, it nevertheless can supply vital blood requirements for a short-term crisis.
That's 5,500.
Yeah.
I would say pick up that diagnostic pad. I'll mark that off my funds because that'll be useful for y'all.
Nice.
You said 75?
Yeah, it's 75.
Something else to think about, the Seleuci gravitic pressure bandage. Anyone can apply a med patch to stop blood loss and stabilize a patient. Little has been said, however, about the greater risk of internal bleeding. The Seleuci gravitric pressure bandage helps prevent complications due to this type of injury. 750.
That could be good.
Is this going to turn into the Middle Earth role-playing game where we have to have a separate machine for each type of injury?
Yes. You're going to need a spell to repair your eye socket.
No.
Oh my lord.
And then another one to fix your nostril.
Would that work for Dale?
Good question.
The pressure bandage is 750. And it essentially just upgrades your class of injury. So if you're incapacitated, you go up to wounded. Or wounded patient to act as unwounded, and incapacitated to act as wounded.
Oh, you're muted, Anthony. We can't hear you.
Forgot I was on mute. My bird was yelling.
Oh.
Now, I was saying I got about 725 left over, so if anyone wants to spot me 25 credits, you can pick that up and we keep it inside the med bay.
Sure. I'll just tip you that much.
I was honestly looking through the book at armors.
Well, keep in mind, weapons like that's not necessarily available. But anything that can be tied to a ship or standard equipment, that can be.
How's the droid stuff looking here?
Not much. I mean, it's not something that they readily keep on stock.
I don't know if people threw away their droids along with their ships.
Well, the ships that did have droids here would have been, because those ships would have been a part of the CIS, and those would have all been scrapped. Which that is actually seen in the Bad Batch. If anybody takes a gander at watching that series, they actually talk about it at one point.
Because I could use some magnetic feet. Or magnetic wheels, I guess it is.
Right. Sure. Drade, speaking of which, do you do anything with that puck?
So yeah, so is this like puck thing I'm remembering from like the Mandalorian now? Like is this a thing that like kind of directs you to wherever the thing it's linked to is?
That's a bounty. That's a bounty puck.
Okay. So what is
this? Is
this
just
one
like
looking?
this is just like a communication fob.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna use it to see if I can locate or get in contact with whatever ship it's tied to.
Okay. So it connects to your communications on the ship, And then you hear, a signal come through, Amber Gauntlet. This is Transport 1, proceeding to location to pick up package.
Roger, Transport 1. The location, does it need to be what it was before, or since we don't have much in the way of landing pads around here, as you can see, we're at can you actually spot us on your scanners?
Affirmative. We are 5 by 5 and we'll touch down in about the next 5 minutes.
All right, understood. Okay. And he gets on his comms then. He's like, okay, everybody, so the plot thickens. They are expecting some sort of package delivery. I'm not sure what's going on, or if we got somebody else's fob. So everyone, just keep your eyes open. This is either something that Exal was planning but didn't want to tell us for some reason, or something else is going on.
What were we supposed to be picking up?
And actually, while you guys are talking, you can see people just mindlessly bringing stuff onto the cargo bays and shuffling it tightly away and playing some Jenga to get, or I say not Jenga, but,
Because they're loading it right now, Drade.
Tetris?
Yeah,
Tetris, yes.
yeah, I know it. Don't I know it? But boy,
I don't like this.
Yeah. This is along the lines of what Exal's been doing before, though, where he always gives us 4 pieces of information when there's 5 or 6 available. I'd like to see what's going on here. Anybody know anything about the Horval Consortium? That seems to be what they're a part of.
Are you sure they didn't just come to take the package?
Drum, can we make a cultures roll?
No.
Streetwise?
Bureaucracy?
Do we even have Streetwise in this game?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
just because that was something Mike was asking for, like, constantly in Street Fighter. That's why I was double checking.
Oh.
We were dealing with underworld stuff. And I had a 4.
Yeah, what would you roll for the Horval
Probably bureaucracy.
Consortium?
All
I
right.
don't have bureaucracy.
So it would just be knowledge then.
Let's do this. Not that I have bureaucracy, but
Yeah, same here. Only have knowledge.
just raw luck. Let's see how my raw luck is doing. Terrible.
Hey.
Wow.
11.
19.
What?
Oh,
I got a 10. Oh, he got 2 5s, a 3, and a 4, and he has a +2.
Woohoo!
Okay.
He's been around the block.
So Montan and Drade are just utterly clueless. It's just like it's a thing.
I got nothing, guys. You know, it's a consortium apparently, but I'm not sure what it is.
I got a 17.
Yeah, so that's because you rolled 3d10.
Oh, am I not supposed to roll 3d10?
It's
No.
D6.
Everything's
3d6.
d6.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, that 7 kind of gives it away.
I got 11.
Okay.
I like the 7, but 17
So
better,
Anthony,
but
you've heard of them, and they are and actually the only reason why you heard of them is because they are a small company that focuses on shipping, and they are based out of and this is actually the reason why you would know, of a planet called Tyna. So Tynna. Tyna's big claim to fame is that they had briefly been a part of the separatist movement during the Clone Wars, and then rejoined the Galactic Republic at that point, at the closure of the war. Not a whole lot of
So-
fighting. It's just kind of a wintry planet. It's one of those many throwaways that sometimes you might hear and just not think anything of.
Did you say the Horvath Consortium?
Horval.
Horval Consortium?
Yeah.
Drade?
Yeah. Why? What do you know?
They do a lot of shipping. I mean, they're a small outfit, but they don't really. I mean, they got history, but nothing suspicious. I mean, their Bollywick is all shipping, so that's interesting.
Yeah, they're
Very
tied
niche.
to us for some reason. Okay. Well, in that case, I guess don't worry too much, but everyone still keep your eyes open. We don't have a lot more time here. Once they get here, we've got to figure out what to do about them or just skedaddle. So,
I mean, did anyone make any enemies with separatists back in the day? Okay, so just a note, where they were hailing from, they were a separatist planet during the Clone Wars, but they eventually saw the error of their ways, joined the Republic last minute, but eventually now there's no Republic. So play it cool.
right.
Jerome, I'm going to take a look. I'm just going to wander into the cargo bay, out of people's ways, because obviously when you're loading stuff, you start in the very back. I'm going to stand in the back, and I'm just going to kind of look to see what are they loading on this ship.
Okay. All of it, everything that they're bringing on, they are parts and supplies. Some of which is medical. Obviously, the containers and everything look like they're marked, Clone Wars era or whatnot, because they just reuse some of the same packaging. So there's some of that. There's very clearly parts in here for vessels, but most of that would be internal. So like computer equipment that would repair paneling, actuators, things like that. Things that you would utilize if you were repairing vessels.
I'm not going to put it over the comms. I'm going to basically send a digital text to everybody just to kind of give them an idea.
Sure.
Because I don't want the people who are loading knowing that
Right. And so, Drade, as you're in the pilot seat or near the cockpit, you end up seeing this large vessel start landing nearby. It is easily 3 times the size of the ship that you're in, but it looks really basic. It's got the paneling has kind of a brownish rust color kind of to it, like it's and you've seen this before back when you first got your ship, because you had to go to these types of yards. It's like, oh, you slap you on the back, oh, this is top of the line, it's only been used one, but basically this thing it's even though there's compartments in it, it's basically 2 giant rockets, like engines, held together by walkways, essentially, or pieces of metal. And what these things are used is it's used for it acts basically as because it's basically a salvager vessel. What they do is they connect to a ship or rock, like if they're doing mineral or something, and they basically close it kind of like a clamp to a bit until things are secure. And then once they've gone through their system checks that they can get everything connected at a reasonable safety level, then they're able to jump off into space.
Gotcha.
This is essentially how you get some destroyed vessels, larger space stations and chunks and whatnot dropped off to places like this.
Okay. Okay. And they're not currently holding anything in that clamp. It's just the salvage ship itself.
No. Right now, you just see it. You see it just starting to land at this point.
Okay. All right.
So this is the transport that's going to transport the ship that we're getting.
We're not getting a ship.
Yeah, that's the. We got to go talk to him and see what's going on.
I thought we were getting a decommissioned ship.
Again,
Maybe it's one we have to put together ourselves.
Okay.
this
All
is
right. I will wait and see.
yeah, exactly. I've got to go out there and talk to him. Montan, you come with. The rest of you stay here. Watch from here. If anything happens, be ready in case this is a weird ambush or something. It seems strange, but who knows based on what we've been in, recently. So be on your toes.
Before we do that, is there any way to haggle on these things that we're trying to buy?
You sure can.
Okay. Because I've got a shopping list now.
Okay, so why don't you give me a haggle check and we'll see if you can get it any lower.
$14.
That puts you, I think, at difficult. Nope, moderate. Okay. So you're trying to talk to him about the bulk and how much you're trying to buy and whatnot. He can knock 5% off the overall price. But that is the most they can do unless you have something else to offer them to offset that in exchange.
Well, I've got like 3 ion cannons on the list here. I'm trying to get this down to. All right, guys. Heavy ion cannon, the proteins thing, the pressure band, and some magnetic feet for my droid comes out to 85.35.
Well, I sent you 725. Nasara's adding into that, at least with the pressure cuff. So.
Yeah, I've got 2920. I can send over, if it's 2,500, assuming that everybody is willing to chip in an amount, because it's going to help everybody.
Yeah, I can chip in 25.
I mean, we can get rid of the protein scanner and lose, not spend 5,500 credits. That'll bring down the bill significantly.
Is that something that we can pick up later?
Yeah.
Or come back here.
5,500 credits.
It's a pricey item regardless, but
yeah,
it's something we need now.
Basically, we need blood. This will do it for us.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Doc, per your recommendation, do you think we should get that now, or do you think we can hold off?
We can hold off. I have the pressure cuff, and that'll be coming, plus that medical diagnostic.
Okay.
Plus we have bed packs. And then we also have whatever's coming up above us. So I'd rather get our Bothan friend back on board.
Sure. Okay, yeah, then nix the plasma thing and let's get everything else.
We'll put it on the wish list.
All right, if everybody puts in 662, we got the list.
Got it.
Heavy ion cannon, a pressure bandage, and some magnetic feet for my droid so it can fix the outside of the ship.
So she'll transfer hers over to one.
Okay,
one
so
team.
Colin, keep in mind, are you paying attention? Okay, so if you're going to put in for this, you need to erase 662 credits from your character sheet.
I don't think I even have that much.
You got
You just got 1,500.
You got 1,500,
1,500. Oh,
and then you got 1,000 last game.
Yeah.
So
I
by
must-
my math, that puts you at 2,500.
Yeah, at least.
Oh, I misunderstood him. I thought I heard 1,500.
You did for this game, yes.
Oh,
Oh, I had more than I thought I did because I forgot to
Yeah,
add.
this is so, Colin. I need you
just
paying
that.
attention, buddy, because that was something that was announced at last game. Exal specifically gave Drade 1,000 credits to give to you because of you running to go save Nasara.
Yeah, those are the coins that were put into his hand by the droid, I think.
Yep.
Okay. Bam. $6.62 sent to Montan. Got that done.
Okay, so everybody got that done. Drade. So you said you were walking over to go see what was going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you walk across. Basically, the way it's set up is they're smaller vessels park here. So I guess a starfighter could park here, but why would a starfighter be here? But all the light, medium-sized transports basically stop here. So it's a big enough field that's kind of backed up against one of the low mountains that's here, and then of course the homes off to the one side. There is kind of a winding path that goes just on the other side of a hill, which isn't, again, it's not super big, but it's a big enough hill that you would have to hike a few feet to get up and over it. Or if you take the walkway, which is illuminated, it's not, there's no cement or anything, but they've got like stick lights that flash to let people know where to walk. When you walk around, this is a bigger, again, not a platform, but open space where larger transports would come, and you can see that some air and gas is coming off of it as the ship has landed, and they're like, you can see a crew looks like they're getting ready for something, and as you're approaching that ship, you turn and look in the sky. You can see that there are some repulsor transports bringing in, and it's actually from the far north side of this particular area. So the rest of the people inside the ship can't see it, but you can see it because it's approaching up over the mountain nearby from where some other salvage areas had been. And this is going to be in the Discord chat. You see that.
Oh. That's the thing that's coming over the mountain right now?
Yeah, it's basically being hauled by several repulsor lift vehicles.
Okay.
That's a hammerhead.
Actually, it is not. But the fact that you thought of that is the whole intention of getting the vessel.
Nice.
Hole.
Okay. And it looks like they're on their way to this this salvage ship I'm walking up to right now. Okay.
That is correct.
All right. I go ahead and relay that information or the comms to the group. That way everyone's aware that that's happening. And then continue walking up to see who I can talk to at the salvage vessel.
You can actually see that the ship is in pretty bad repair. Like, it's got noticeable holes in it, rust and decay on it. But oddly enough, it's still mostly in one piece. It hasn't been like bent in half or blown up or whatnot. It looks like, if anything, Mother Nature's done most of the damage from what you can tell.
Okay.
And you can see as it's coming in, the repulsor lift vehicles are starting to adjust so it can line up between the engines of the ship, sort of thing, and starting to lower it down. And you can hear klaxons going off in the ship, getting people alert so they can start making connections on the outside before they do anything, and basically going through whatever protocol that they have to go through. And as you were approaching, because of course they're up many feet into the air on top of this, large hauler. And someone like looks down and he says, "Hey, you!" It's a human guy. And he's like, "You gotta back up, man. You're gonna get squashed."
Sorry about that. Go ahead and back up, making sure I'm not hit by anything.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't like running up to try and get in the middle of this thing, so you're fine. But it's clear that the reason why they would probably yell something like that is more for liability. Like,
Right.
They don't want something, they don't want accidental death and dismemberment to hit their insurance policy or something dumb.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
we
There's
squashed a
autos
guy,
out here.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, you can see that it's like getting lowered, down into place. As you were looking at it, why don't you give me? This is going to be a difficult roll either way. Why don't you give me a bureaucracy check?
Oh boy. Okay. Gonna default to knowledge on that one.
All right.
Can I try? Since
You can't. You don't see it. You're not
Ooh.
there.
Roll
Oh,
the
he
six
said he was
on the
taking me
wild
with him, so-
die.
Oh, I didn't hear that because you were shopping.
well, he
And-
said I'm taking Montan with me, and then I was like, before we go, let me finish this list I had.
Oh,
right.
okay. That's fine. Go ahead then. Oh, cool. Thank you for posting that up, Mike.
Total. Total of 18.
Wow.
It's a big ship.
How did you get 1d6 plus 14?
Because I had rolled a 6 on the previous
Oh,
roll.
gotcha,
so that
gotcha,
was,
gotcha,
and so I
gotcha,
added
gotcha.
it to the
Okay.
previous, yeah.
I see.
just-
I only saw the one. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you're looking at it, and you end up seeing, and I'll post this also in Discord. Now, keep in mind, this is very faded and rusted, so it's, even though it's big, it's kind of hard to see. But you end up seeing this on the side.
Oh. So, okay. From that, so has Drade ever seen, like, that's what, the Rebel Alliance thing, or is that a brand new emblem that he's never seen before?
No, it's something that in your former life you would have seen.
Okay.
That is a symbol of the old republic.
It is. Okay. Huh.
And you don't even see it in like its entirety. I mean, it's like aged and faded and worn away, but you can see that that's actually on the side of this particular ship.
Okay. Huh. Old Republic vessel.
Yeah, this is the rebel, the rebel symbol.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Huh. Strange. What are they doing here? So he's gonna keep watching, seeing what's going on. If they wanted to speak to him or anything, he'll still be there.
Okay, so at this point, you end up hearing a chirp come into your communicator. This is transport 1 to unidentified individual on our landing pad. What do you want?
Yeah, just coming over from the Amber Gauntlet, just making sure everything was A-OK here. Did you need me for any of this transaction going on?
Negative that. We have everything in hand.
All right. Good to hear from you, folks. You take care.
Affirmative. Clicks off.
Yeah. Puts that away. Turns to so Montan is with me then?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he turns to
He's
Montana.
just looking at it kind of slack jawed, like, I got nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. So
It's big.
Right. So he's like, that's an old Republic vessel that they've got on their. Have you ever seen anything like that get hauled?
No. This is not the sort of place I used to hang out in.
Yeah. Okay.
How old do you think I am?
Hey, you never know. I mean, you're the type who like wheels and deals and gets good bargains. I'm not sure if you ever dealt with like ships or vehicles before, if you're just totally a droid guy.
I didn't see a lot of space in the Clone Wars. I was young.
Got it. Fair enough. Well, I mean, technically we're done here. This is interesting. I don't know why I was a part of this. Weird. But it doesn't seem like there's anything else that we need here. And Jerome, how much time has passed? Like, are we still within that 1 hour threshold? Or
Oh, yeah.
okay, all right. So then he looks to Montan. You have anything else that you want to get while we're here?
No, I got you an ion cannon, a big one, and I got the doctor something, and I got me something, and they should all be at the ship by now.
Fantastic. All right, let's get out of here before somebody picks up a weapon and starts shooting.
So by the time the crew load the heavy ion cannon that you've got, you actually have both bays like packed.
Oh, okay.
Like that was like what put it over. You're like, this is the first time you've been in a ship in a long time that you have almost no breathing room once you get through the cargo bay. You're just like, wow, this is like, whew. It's a lot of garbage.
Yeah. All right.
A transport ship being used for transport?
I know, right?
Sweet. All right, everybody. Everyone packed, stowed, ready to get off this world?
Mm-hmm.
I assume we got everything we needed, so let's go.
Looks like
After the last planet, I'm not about wasting time. We can go.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
what he said.
Okay, so at that point, as you are starting to lift off, you can see the klaxons on the on that salvage vessel that you chatted with, Transport One. They've got all their connections connected to it, and they're lifting up this Corvette class capital ship, up into the sky to pull it off planet.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Jerome, is there anything I can roll to like see if that is just truly a weird sight to see, like what that would mean ultimately? Because I feel like I'm missing something, but not sure what
I
it would
mean,
be.
the Old Republic was over 3,000 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, that Old Republic.
Yes.
Hmm.
Like the
I was
actual
thinking
Old
the
Republic.
new Old Republic.
Yeah.
Ye Old Republic.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can roll to like identify that particular ship, that Corvette class ship, to know what it was like primarily used
I
for?
mean,
Or
you
whatever?
can absolutely give it a shot.
Okay. What would I roll on that?
Let's take a look again. Yeah, it's at this point it would just be an if you don't have bureaucracy, would be another knowledge check.
Knowledge. Okay, go ahead and do that. 17.
Not bad. That actually puts you back into the difficult range. Yeah, cool. Okay. You're not certain what the classification of the vessel is. I mean, a lot of that stuff from the Old Republic era is like gone. It's lost. At first guess, if this was restored, this would be an ungodly find to a collector. This would be like finding, the first Mustang, like the very first Mustang that was made that rolled off the line that somebody found sitting in a barn somewhere. So as a collector, if that was the case, like, oh wow, okay, yeah, if that got restored, that's money right there. Its classification though,
Yeah.
since it's a Corvette class, from what you can tell, it's probably a mid-range ship. So it was probably used in a very similar fashion as the Corellian Corvette.
Okay.
It looks like, though, based on what it may have had at the time, it may have had a little bit heavier guns, though, for its era.
Got it. Okay. So then thinking about that, and he's like connecting that dot, and he turns to Nasara and goes, "Hey, you think Lord Toronar would like want to buy that thing? He's all about the relics. I mean, he got that Ebon Hawk. That thing seemed really old. That thing there, that's Old Republic era. That's thousands of years old.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, pretty penny, more than what we have right now, I'm sure, to purchase that thing. But if we could get him on the line, and
yeah, he it seems like something he would be interested in.
Jerome, would there be any way for us to actually contact Tornar from where we're at right now?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Just like through the ship, through hyperspace channels or something? Okay. So he'll go ahead and he'll lay in a communication to see if he can establish a link with Lord Exalt Tornar. Bring him up.
So there's a bit of a chime, as they're waiting, planetary, connecting through, which doesn't take very long, but it was not an expected call, so obviously it takes a little bit for him to get to the the terminal. So it pulls up, and you see him sitting in the office again, and he's adjusting his his cowl. Looks like he's a little bit more formal right now. Maybe he was in the process of doing something, but he pulls it up and he says, "Drade, I wasn't expecting a call. Is there some sort of an emergency?"
Well, an opportunity, perhaps. We're about done here, about to take off, but there is this salvage vessel that has its hands on an Old Republic era Corvette class ship. We don't have the funds to get this thing, but I know, you being the collector that you are of things like this, if you wanted an opportunity to negotiate for that, they're about to head off. I'm not sure where they're headed right now. They were with the Horval Consortium, but wanted to just touch base with you to see if that's something you're into.
Oh, I'm impressed that you were able to recognize that. Yeah, that's already taken care of.
Ah, so that was something that you were doing. Oh, okay. I was wondering if that was the case. Yeah, you like handing us like 85% of the information on these missions, I've noticed.
That would be for your protection as well as mine.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm going to trust you.
This just seemed like an excellent opportunity to piggyback off of something that was already happening. And I take it then by your tone, it sounds like everything went according to plan.
It did. We got what we needed. We're about to take off. Just wanted you to be aware of that, but
excellent.
You've got that taken care of. So we'll be seeing you in a few days.
It sounds good.
Straight out.
Chimes off.
right, folks, buckle in, strap in, all that jazz. We're taking off. We are done on this rock.
And easy peasy lemon squeezy, you get back up into the sky and launch back off into hyperspace. A tear coming down off of Drade's face because this hyperdrive is much faster than his own.
It's not fair.
It's so nice.
So smooth. It doesn't rumble. It's, oh God, so good.
Drum, can I do another medicine check on Owen to just make sure he's
100%.
healing well?
Yep. Go ahead.
And hey, I put a screenshot of that medical thing we
Yes.
got in the
That's what I
notes
was saying.
earlier.
That's what I was saying. Thank you for. So.
Yeah,
Very
I
cool.
know, but I was letting him know if he wants to copy it to a file or something.
So I'm going to use that reroll that I got from earlier.
Okay. Make sure you roll in the right channel, though. Star Wars rolls.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
oh wait.
Even though the bot will still work there.
Yeah. There, that's better.
Okay. So, yes, he's healing up fine. The swollenness is going down. Probably for the next day or two, he's going to look like maybe he got into a bit of a slap fight because it's still sensitive looking and whatnot. He has a little bit of baggage under his eyes, but otherwise, no, he looks like he's healing up just fine.
Nice.
Okay, so you end up getting back at this point to obviously through several different jumps and then getting to back into the Tapani sector and then back to the Pelagon star, or Pelagian star, I should say, orbiting the homeworld of Pelagon. As you come back down in for debriefing, obviously at this point, you have to take a shuttle down from the space station, and this time you are dropped off in the city proper on one of the standard platforms, and there is a speeder waiting for you to take you back to the mansion for any sort of debriefing. Really, the only person that has to go is Drade. Everybody else can go into the apartment setup that you guys have here, if so necessary. That's what you want to do. Which, yes, speaking of which, I know that didn't get touched on before, but there is a small home that has been purchased for the team that everybody, when you're here, and if you just want to crash, you've got a safe place to stay.
Nice. Okay. So Drade's going to be like, all right, folks, going to go talk to the big man. Anybody want to send him well wishes or anything? Want to keep me company, or y'all want to just abandon me and go sleep in an actual bed?
Ooh, that sounds like that's an option. We can do that.
Shoot, I shouldn't have mentioned it.
I'm headed back that way. I'll accompany you.
Excellent.
I'll come with you.
All
I would
right.
like to know about finding this mole. Like, there's a leak somewhere. Like, what can we do to find it? Ask him that.
Will do. Okay. All right. See y'all in a bit after the debrief. So I'll go along with the two who want to come along with in the
Okay.
speeder.
So obviously, for the meeting with Drade, everybody who's there is kept outside in the waiting room. But it's nice. It's central air and heating, so it's got a nice standard temperature. There are snacks available should anybody want some. Brought about through some servants on nice little silver trays and whatnot. But as you finally approach Drade after the long flight, Exal is there waiting for you at this point, back in his office. And he says, so excellent work. You didn't run into any complications, which I had hoped changing the vessels would uncomplicate things.
Yeah, seems like that did actually work out well. Appreciate that. Speaking of which, you have any word on my ship, if that's all good to go, or what are we doing?
It is at this point. It is ready to go. The repairs have been finished. and it's ready for you to pick up whenever you're ready. But it also did tip me off as to how some of this was occurring, and it looks like the local political figures probably picked up, at least as far as I can tell, that you are working for House Pelagon or House Pelagia, I think is what it's called. Yeah, House Pelagia. I'm almost 100% certain none of them are aware to what extent, but they witnessed the blue saber on many occasions coming in and out. So there's obviously more to do there in that regard. So when you rejoin your crew and the vessel, keep that in mind.
You think we're going to need to alter its look or something? Or do you think the new transponder that's on it is going to help with that?
The transponder is definitely going to help with that.
Okay.
Because it's not as if you can constantly run visuals on space stations and ultimately the sky. They're relying more so on navigational buoys, like any other flight traffic, to monitor what comes in and out. And I think that was the first thing that was the dead giveaway. So you're probably going to want to change your transponder every so often as you come in and out of the sector to help mask who and what you are.
Makes sense. Duly noted.
I have found somebody who has agreed to meet with you regarding the matter that you raised.
I knew you'd be able to do it. I knew it. That's fantastic. So what are the details?
Well, he says you're likely going to want to bring cold weather clothing. And you will probably, you will likely need to be ready for an extended stay.
I see. Do we have the time to do that now, or do you have another mission lined up for us?
I'm making time available. What
Appreciate
this
it.
whole incident has shown me is that the group needs to lay low for a while. And this would probably be a good opportunity to make that happen. I'm not in the position to make Merrick a motherless child. And so I'm taking that into consideration as well.
Right. Merrick.
This will also give, I believe, the opportunity for some of your IDs to take hold or precedent, or at least give Montan the opportunity to work up whatever he needs to work up, and maybe find another installation not far away, perhaps in the free trade sector.
Free trade sector. All right. Understood. So, cold weather, eh? We wouldn't be going to Hoth, would we?
No.
Okay. Ice ball. Yeah. So where are we headed to meet this person?
I need to get the name of it again. Wait, hold a second. There we go. It's the name of the planet is Odasir Faustin.
And the person you found, would they be aware that we're coming, or is this going to be a surprise to them?
I have sent word. But beyond that, it's up to the two of you to impress upon him why he should train you.
Did he provide you with his name?
His name is Ixarin.
Ixarin. And Jerome, does that name ring any bells from being in the academy?
Very. If you make it at a very difficult check, then yeah, you've heard of it. So, wouldn't be bureaucracy. It could be planetary systems would help you with the planet, by the way. Cultures, perhaps?
Okay, cultures. That'll work.
And I put the spelling in the Facebook chat of the.
Got a 19.
Oh wow,
Close.
close but no cigar.
Right.
Okay,
Okay. So,
so no, unfortunately not.
okay. Excellent. And Odyssey Foston. Excellent. Well, is there anything else I should know about Ixarin or Odyssey that we need to avoid or be aware of?
My understanding is Ixarin is not your typical master. Are you familiar with the Altesian order or sect? We've got
And
a lot of feedback coming in from somebody.
Is it me?
Yep.
might be, yeah. And would he have heard of that sect at all?
Maybe cultures, but not at a very difficult. It's it's a difficult rating.
Okay.
And I need some clarification. So the Odyssey or whatever, Foston, is that the planet they're going to?
That is
or
the planet.
The planet,
And,
yeah.
and the person they're supposed to find is.
Ixarin.
Can you spell that for me, please?
I need to get the spelling. Give me 1 moment.
And it rolled a 15. That would be...
He wouldn't want to spell the name he totally made up wrong.
No, it's an NPC I've had for a while. I'm just trying to find it so I can provide
I
it to
wanted
you
to
guys.
put Excedrin as his name.
That wouldn't be accurate, but he could give you a headache.
A headache.
I was gonna say that. Dang it.
Yeah.
The headache Jedi. Get
Yeah.
yours today.
Uh-oh. Where did it go? Nope, that's not it. Doggone it. Okay.
So he's a pain in the ass master? Is that what that is?
So I'll have to get it. I'll have to get it later. At this point.
Okay.
But
I'll just put
I will.
Excedrin.
I will post. I'll post it in the notes.
So
I would not make up a name for it because I find that when that happens, you guys end up going with that name, and it's not good.
All right. Okay. So got a 15, still in the moderate range.
Yeah. So nope.
Okay. So he'll be like, it sounds familiar. I don't know what it is though. Who are the Altesians?
He says from my understanding, Master Altus was once a part of the Jedi Order, but he left due to disagreements in policy. But it was not as such that it would bring him to a head as I guess a heretic with the Jedi Order. And he did actually assist the Jedi as well as the this one I know I have. Hold on 1 second. It's a of Rangers. Oh, I did not write that down. Wow. Okay, hang on a second. Antarian Rangers. There we go. He says that they also worked with the Antarian Rangers. And Antarian Rangers, you would actually know this without having to make a check. They were kind of like a paramilitary group and security force that were around to help the Jedi Order.
Okay.
So people who washed out of the Jedi trials, as well as people who didn't have Jedi powers, like your regular alien or human or whatnot, if they were still inclined to try and help, they often got funneled to the Antarian Rangers.
Got it. Cool. Okay.
So in a vampire sense, think of them as like ghouls to a vampire.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. I was like, oh, I've heard of the Antarian Rangers. Well, all right. Master Altus. So he just formed a different sect because of his beliefs in the Jedi Order?
Yes.
Huh. Interesting. Well, all right then. We'll make sure to do what we can. Do we know what Master Ixarin looks like? What race he is?
Oh, yes. I wasn't expecting that question. He's a Chistori.
All right. What can I roll to find out what a Chistori is?
Cultures, or
Cultures.
actually alien species, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Gonna default to knowledge for that. 14.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
1 second. Getting you guys a picture you can see.
Oh, okay.
Dale, you rolled in the wrong chat.
Oh, I did? Dang
Yep.
it. Sorry.
Not a big deal. Again, I'll just go through and clear them out. Just as a heads up.
Right.
Okay, so there's that.
Those guys.
That's what they look like. And here is the spelling in the... Oh, thank you, Brittany. She put it in the Facebook chat.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Dinosaur people?
Basically.
That way, yeah. That's cool.
Little arms.
He's going to eat Drade's head.
Oh, no.
It is based on movement.
Okay.
I am inches from death, but this Chistori is gorgeous. Gotta stick me thumb up his bum.
Danger, danger, danger.
Danger, danger.
Right. Oh, which is story. Interesting. Well. All right, then. Excellent. Well, if there wasn't anything else, I guess now's the time for the rest of us to rest actually on world, and then first thing in the morning, we can take off.
For the two of you, I would assume yes, but you may want to inform your team of what's going on.
Of course.
Dale, were you going to ask him about...
Oh, yeah.
a boat?
That's right. So then the only other thing I had for you, Lord Tornar, was there really seems like there's a mole in the organization if we were found that way, unless you think it was just the fact that the transponder was what was giving us away. Otherwise, it almost seems like there's somebody maybe in your organization or your communications have been tapped somehow that's feeding them information about our movements.
I can assure you that neither of those are the case. The only point of contact that I can think of that would be the weakest would be the starport, obviously. And there are spies, I'm certain, in town. It is a very politically volatile environment in this sector. But I have been extraordinarily careful to ensure that no one who needs to be in the loop is in the loop.
Okay. Very well.
But I cannot stress it enough that the rest of your team keep a low profile, which is one of the reasons why I'm giving you this downtime.
All right then. Well, that's all I had for you. I appreciate what you've done so far greatly. I'll get with my team, let them know what's going on. Probably be taking off soon. We'll let you know when we do. And if there's anything else that you need, of course, just a calmly call away.
Of course.
He bows, stands up, and heads out.
Okay.
So then walking out into the waiting room where we have Sarah and Owen came with, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Let's go to them and all right, well, not too shabby. What say we meet up with the rest of the team and perhaps explain what's coming next?
We have a new mission.
Not exactly, but I'll explain it on the way because Ashi will want to hear this as well, especially.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, Jerome, by the way, did we get our 10,000 credits for
Yep.
the... Okay, cool. What do we have on our team now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 10,000 divided by 6. That's going to be weird.
Wait,
Okay.
6. Oh, me.
I mean, if you don't want to share, that's fine.
I only see 5 people on screen.
I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So he'll go ahead and provide... Is it possible to have fractions of credits? Or is it 1 credit, the lowest credit you can have?
Yeah, 1 credit
Okay.
is the lowest credit.
All right. So he'll go ahead and give 1,666 to Nasara and the same amount to Owen. And then we'll head back to our stash house. Where everyone else is.
So the house, of course, is sparsely decorated. It's more functionality than anything. It does have a wall panel for any sort of outbound calls that you might need that are longer distance, obviously, than a comlink can take. It has a small little patio which you can overlook the ocean from, but otherwise it's it's got rooms, it's got a bed, it's got showers, and it's got a kitchenette setup, restrooms, everything that you need to function as a normal society with a monitor for news or whatever you might need.
Cool. When we get in there, I gather everybody in whatever the living room is, and I'm like, all right, everybody, so we're good. Let me go ahead and dole out the pay first off. I already did this for Owen and Nasara. We do this for the rest of you. And each of you I haven't given money to is going to get the 1,666 credits. And there's going to be 4 credits left over that he puts just in a little box. That's attached to well, he'll be doing that in the ship. He's going to put that in a little tip jar or something in the ship.
It's a swear jar.
There you go. There you go. He's like, there we go. Everyone's got equal shares. Well done, everybody. I know that was more or less a walk in the park and sightseeing and a little bit of shopping, but still, no shots were fired. Nobody was injured. That's a win in my book. I'm hoping it's a win in everyone else's book. But yeah, so before we go on any further missions that are paid, first off, the Blue Saber is ready. We've got that available in orbit. It's docked, so we can get going on that when we're ready to take off, which I'm hoping is going to be soon because Lord Toronar, with his connections, has helped me find somebody. An individual who goes by the name of Ixarin. He's currently stationed on a planet known as Odysseer Faustin. Very cold, chilly planet, so we'll need to make sure we're dressed for that. And I'm mentioning this person and this planet because, as you all have heard and know at this point, Ashi and myself were part of the Jedi Order. She and I have not had any training for years, and it's difficult, as I'm sure you could guess, trying to learn how to understand, manipulate, and control the Force in all of its various aspects. Well, Ixarin is a Master Jedi, a part of a particular sect, the Altesian sect. I don't know a lot about them, but they were helpful. They did help the Jedi Order along with Antarian Rangers, who were known to actually help side by side with the Jedi whenever they needed. And I'm hoping you are all okay with us going on a field trip to see what we can learn from Ixarin. At the same time, Lord Toronar was telling us this is going to give us some time to stay low, make sure that we're not interacting with others, make sure that new IDs take. It gives Montan some time to come up with other codes or profiles if we need them for the rest of us. But I think this is going to be necessary. I know it seems like it's kind of one-sided just for Ashi and myself to gain something from this, but I'm hoping the rest of you will see this as an opportunity for the team to learn more and get stronger.
Jerome, I'd like to roll just to see if she recognizes the name.
Which name?
Excedrin?
Ixarin.
Ixarin.
Ixarin?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Are we all going?
Well, that's another thing. We could all go. There's nothing technically forcing any of the rest of you to come with Ashi and myself, but she and I, at the very least, need to meet with him.
14.
Okay. Nope.
You got a while to die.
Wild die? Oh, I'm rolling again. Woohoo!
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
That's right. Nice.
Good God.
Except you only get to reroll the one.
Yeah, you only get to re-roll that one die, but it came up a
That's
6.
okay. Yeah, it came up a 6. So
And another 3.
And another 3. So 14.
23.
That's 20,
Yeah.
23.
Okay, so there you go.
She learned it from her own master.
So you actually have heard of Ixarin. I actually posted an image of the individual in the Discord chat. It's also up on the screen right now. So he was one of the masters that left the Jedi Order officially as a part of the although you don't know anything about him because you haven't checked it yet, the Altesian sect. He specifically was known for his, I'm going to state this, but I don't acknowledge it's actually a thing because it really isn't. But he was more gray Jedi than anything. As a way to put that, which many of the Altesian would kind of align in that way. He would sometimes take on more than one apprentice, which was against the Jedi Order. There was always 1-on-1 for Padawans, and he was known for taking on more. He was also known for his specific philosophy of balance, which was not, the Jedi look at balance as good over everything else. That's their version of balance, right? Yeah. Although they don't come out and say it, that's ultimately what they're getting at when you hear their dogma in the movies and the books and so on and so forth. His was more along the lines of light side, dark side balance. And that's one of the things that drew him that drew him into contention with the Jedi Council.
Okay, so she will let Drake know that she remembers hearing her own master talk about this individual, and she will relay that information to him.
Okay. Huh. Fascinating. So that's the Altesian sect. Then it sounds like that's their philosophy. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Well, Ashi, I know I've just been kind of assuming this, but would you be willing to at least accompany me to meet with Ixarin?
Yes, of course. I
Excellent.
wouldn't miss this opportunity.
Glad to hear you say
Um,
that.
I, for one, would prefer to remain here so I can spend some time with my son. Any of you who do not wish to travel on this particular mission, you're welcome to stay here. I can ask Lord Torinar to arrange some additional training in probably whatever category you'd like, and we can spend some time training here. Or there are other amusements here on
Yeah,
Peligon.
I mean, take a vacation. We've been working for a while. We've been on a ship for a while. It makes sense if the rest of you want to stay planet side for some time. I totally get it.
I could even introduce you to my son. I've talked about him a little bit, but I know you've only seen him from a distance.
He meets you when the ship lands.
I
Almost every
mean,
time.
you've never spoken to him.
Yeah.
You could check out that the droid that works with him, Montan.
Oh, that's a good point.
Perhaps this is an opportunity for us to put out some feelers on the Massetti issue too.
Right.
No
Carefully.
offense to Drade and Ashi. I thought most of the Jedi were killed in Order 66.
Oh, yeah.
Most were.
They were. Nearly
My
all.
my own master was betrayed. I just happened to escape because of her sacrifice.
I figured that since you two are with us. I'm wondering how the hell Tornar found this guy.
Tornar has connections. I'm
Same
not
way
sure
that he found
exactly.
us.
Exactly. He's got a network that he has clearly built up that allows him to get some information. He wasn't even sure that he'd be able to find this person. He was telling me it was a big ask, but he managed to do it. So, need to take advantage of this opportunity. I trust him. Are you saying this because maybe you're thinking this is suspicious, or?
I'm saying this is because this is a huge risk for the both of you. You
Right.
could end up attracting the attention of Inquisitors.
Well, I'm
Those guys are not something to fuck around with.
no, they're not. But if he is everything that my master has talked about, he has avoided detection quite well. And I don't think us showing up is going to change that, especially since we are considered nobodies.
All right, just be careful out there.
Appreciate the sentiment, Owen. I really do. All right.
So I take it it's just you and I going then?
Sounds like it. None of them want to go on an icy adventure with us. That's such a shame. All of you are just going to sit here on your paradise planet, getting fresh food.
Because you two are the only Force users.
Yeah, yeah.
Well-
If any Sith come there, we're screwed.
We
Last thing I
used
need
to
is
going
get.
on these odd
Last thing I need is
trips
get
to odd
Force choked.
planets.
Well, it's all the better that Ashi and I go on this journey, this trek, so that we can actually defend you in case there are any Sith that come after us. They're no
How
joke.
long do you think you'll be?
That's tough to say, to be honest with you. Days, weeks. We'll try to get back as soon as we can. I'm not sure how well that will work with Master Ixarin, but we'll at least try to stay in contact with you, again, if we can. I'm not sure if he's in a remote area. We're going to have to do some digging once we get to the planet, but we'll stay in contact as much as we're able.
It would
If
be good
he's-
at least to verify that you made it safely and all is as expected.
Right.
Of course.
Jerry,
If
can I
he's
look up
managed-
the planet on our internet on the HoloNet?
The planet itself?
Yeah.
100%. Give me a very difficult roll.
Oh, really?
And
Trade, if you don't mind, I
uh,
think I'll go with you guys.
planetary system.
Well, that's why I wanted to use the internet. I know I don't know anything.
Your presence, Doctor, would be most appreciated.
I don't
Well,
think
you're
you can
these three
do
here,
that.
if anything. If someone gets hurt here, they're
No.
fine. There's medical facilities here. You
Hank
guys
kicked it
get
off with a
hurt.
1. Oh, well.
Exactly. Thank you.
We
Basically,
appreciate
I'm trying to
that.
find out if there's cities on this planet.
Mhm.
Did you make the roll?
I got a 1.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so no.
Well, then you don't have a reroll, huh?
He's
I
having
do, but
he's having flashbacks to the ship at this point, just like it just died. I don't get it.
the
So Montaigne, are you staying? Are you going to go with us? What ship are we taking, Drade?
Let's go ahead and actually take the blue saber. That way we can actually check its systems. I can change the transponder to make sure it's away from this system for a bit and away from
Montaigne?
everybody else.
Montaigne, would you like to go to an icy planet?
why? Why do you want to go? You don't even have fur.
Yeah,
Well,
you've got
that's-
fur. You'd be fine there.
Well, yeah, and somebody has to change the transponders and help me with the ion cannons and the hyperdrive. I could use your.
I mean, I would
expertise.
totally work on the ship, but I mean, you're asking me to go sit on the ship for months, maybe weeks.
The doc will be there,
Oh,
and I am sure. the
Hey,
other
I'll
thing-
take you for fun. How's that?
he's a nice guy and all, but I can only play so much chess.
How about poker? Savak.
Besides, I need to build you guys chain codes. I mean, I guess I could do that on the ship, but I mean, sell me on this. Why do I want to go?
Well, I'm going to make sure because if they get hurt, God knows what kind of facilities they're going to have there. So,
And we already know that I am limited on my mechanical skills. So if something happens to this hyperdrive, we're screwed. Which I could really use your assistance.
Fine, but I'm going shopping first.
Right.
Yes, we need warmer clothes.
Well,
It's
there's
been a
that.
while since I've been to an ice planet.
I actually have the cash now to finish off my original purchase list for the droid.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to go and get some warmer clothes.
So it's sounding like Nasara, Owen, You're going to hang out here planet side, take a well-earned rest. The rest of us are going to go freeze ourselves, learning secrets, but well-needed and earned secrets. So I guess essentially, Montan, before we take off, if we could get your help, attaching the new gear to the Blue Saber before we take off, and we'll head out ASAP.
Well, I mean, don't we have repair services on the Star?
We do, but I mean, I think all of us should at least, well, I mean, especially with you being our technical guy, want to make sure you look everything over to see where everything is. I know I'm going to take a look at all the systems they put in, make sure I understand how to use them.
And it would be nice to have a refresher course, Drade.
Right.
I could learn the Blue Saber. It's been a while.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Jerry,
Yeah.
I'm going to make my bargain roll for shopping for my droid.
Okay, go ahead. Oh,
Hiya.
wild die.
Ooh, nice.
Like, we were just smoking tonight.
Yeah, holy cow.
Well,
Next
it's my
thing you
first
know, it's a
non-mediocre
one.
roll of the night. Ew. Okay, 19.
Mediocre.
I called it.
I jinxed myself there.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's still a good roll. So, take 15% off of the overall price.
So how much are my clothes going to be?
That's a great question. I wasn't aware he was haggling for clothes. I thought he was haggling for.
He's haggling for everything. He's our haggler.
Because they're not going to haggle for clothing. There's not a whole lot to get off of that.
I want a big furry coat.
Yeah.
You buy jacket, you know buy jacket.
Exactly.
Buy jacket.
Buy jacket.
So,
Made of
These credits
Wookiee
are
fur.
enough. No, they're not. What do you wave your hand around like that? Do you think you're some kind of Jedi?
Oh,
Oops.
he knows.
We better
So-
run for it.
As you guys have taken care of that, this is where we're stopping for the evening, and there is going to be a sizable time lapse in between this game and the next. So I want, let's see, Anthony, roll 1d6, and Colin, roll 1d6.
Oh.
Wow.
We see who dies.
Wow.
It's the death die.
I have just been rolling ones all night.
I got 3.
Snake eyes.
I blame the bureaucrats and the politicians of the Senate.
Sure, of course. They took away the rights of the dice bots.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll do one here real quick. Oops. Roll. Okay, that helps. So 1 + 3 + 19. So that is 23. So you get 23 character points, and you will be able to spend that over this time frame to boost up your character. Obviously, it's spent on training, or it's spent on teaching yourself technical skills, or hand-to-hand, or whatever it is that you're wanting to boost up your character. This is going to be a 5-month time lapse.
Okay.
I'm on the ship for 5 months.
Yep. You're stuck with us on that cold planet.
Which
So Dale needs to grow a beard by the
So-
time he gets done.
that is going
And
to
the
be
Montine is going to say, "I'm never going with you guys again."
so that's going to be fun. I think the only person who probably get this is Anthony. Anthony, do you read much of the Star Wars books?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Are you familiar what Otis Faustin is or came from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
Familiar with what?
The planet we're going to.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. We're all fine.
Everything's fine.
Great.
Oh,
How are
yeah.
you?
Everything's
Do I get
fine.
to ride
Howard?
one of those like
Not
lizard
overall.
thingies that Luke
Tauntauns?
Skywalker? Yes, yeah, tom-toms. I want a tom-tom.
There actually are tauntauns on this planet.
Oh boy.
Yay!
Oh boy.
See, my plan, I hadn't planned to go with you guys, and I was going to like pick up a job as a droid repairman and make money while you were gone.
Oh, yeah.
You still can.
Where?
Not on this planet.
You could be the first one. Introduce them to the world of droids.
I'll be outside the ship every day. Bring me your droids, and the tauntauns are just yelling at me. Nah.
Yeah. So that is where, but that is where we're going to stop, and then of course, time lapse obviously from there. I will get with you guys. I will actually post. What I'm going to do is post it up in the Star Wars discussion section, so you guys can see kind of what's happening during that time lapse, where you're at, kind of what's happening, so on and so forth. And then those of you who are boosting up your character who didn't go there, let me know what you're doing during that time lapse. Like, what are you focusing on, training or doing whatever, so that way I can kind of work that into the story. So
Ironically,
Is there going to be
montage
is there
song.
going to be time for the four of these guys to kind of interact with each other as well through
what do you mean?
RP
What do you
during
mean?
the 2 weeks?
Like things that like doing side RP or something on the on the discussion.
If you
chat?
want to, that's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay.
funny enough, like what I'm going to blow my new character points on is perception. So, isolated as we are, all my social skills are going to get better.
Or will they?
Maybe I'll get some perspective from this Jedi Master, and it'll like
Maybe.
There you go.
Maybe.
You'll be able to read your companions very, very well,
Yeah,
but
I can't
nobody
wait
else.
I can't wait to give you the description of where you guys are at. That's going to be all kinds of fun.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh, Mike, I'm happy you're going with us. It's going to be too much fun.
So sort of a deep cut. What if your Jedi Master turns out to be like Pai Mei? If you guys are familiar with
yeah.
And if you're not, well, you'll see.
5-finger exploding heart
Oh boy.
technique.
Okay. Well,
Alrighty, so
Fun times.
so the next game coming up is actually on Friday. It's our Mythic Savannah. It is the World of Darkness mixed game that we're going to be playing. So I'm excited about that. That's starting at 7:30 p.m. just like the vampire game.
that's our game one.
Game one, the very first game. And then
I'm not
on
there.
Saturday, we are playing our Marvel Superheroes Modern Age Heroes game.
I'm so
So,
excited for that one.
Excited about that. Starts off at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then, of course, the following week after that, that is Wednesday and Thursday, Cyberpunk and Street Fighter, both at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, thank you
And
guys.
I'm excited for Cyberpunk. I am so pumped for that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So,
Oh
thank
yeah,
you-
we left mid-battle.
Yes, we did. Cliffhanger.
So, thank you guys all for tuning in. Hope to see you guys in when we get to play, and have a good one. Good night, guys.
Yes, my character was going